Have you ever left a trade wondering, what the heck did I just do? Questioning if you could have done things better? Well, today I'm talking about the top mistakes day traders make and how you can fix them so you become instantly more profitable. Okay, before we get started, let's talk about how I came up with this list. Over the years, I've been working with companies, mentoring people at all levels, working with institutions, working with exchanges, working with a whole variety of different people. Um, there is a ton of faults and pitfalls that they all share. Actually, if I had to sum it up, I would say there's about 20 different things that I've identified over the years that I've been doing this that I would call problem areas or things that just cause faults and fractures in people's trading abilities. So when I looked at this list, I picked the topics that made the biggest difference before to after in terms of things like profits, success ratio of trades, accuracy of buys and sells, the areas that had the biggest impact overall as traders. So the things that made people go from maybe a 5 or a 6 to a 7 or an 8 or a 9. Okay, number one, not taking profits soon enough. This is by far the biggest problem area I see from people, institutions, exchanges, trading groups, everybody that I deal with. This is the number one thing that they all share a common fault in. They simply don't take profits soon enough. Number two, holding assets and not cash. Oh man, I had such a crazy trading day today. I made so much money. Wake up the next day. Oh man, I'm down 20%. What happened? I made 30 yesterday and 20 today. Damn, I could have been up $800, but I'm actually only up $100. What do I do now? Sound familiar? This is something I run into all the time. People hold assets and not cash. So at the beginning of every single trading day, we have to have whatever asset value we're using. We have to start that day with cash and end that day with cash. So if you're using US dollar, at the beginning of the day, you start with your $1,000. You trade into different currencies. And then by the end of the day, you go back into US dollars. So maybe you made $300 that day. Well, this is how we pay ourselves a career income, day by day by day. We start our days with US dollars, we end our days with US dollars, and we withdraw that money to pay ourselves. Now, you can withdraw daily if you want. You can withdraw weekly, annually, semi-annually, monthly. It doesn't matter. That's up to you. This is an accounting question, not a top mistakes question. Something you need to talk to your accountant about, how often you should take money out of your accounts. But the common mistake I see people make is they hold assets and not cash, leaving yourself wondering, man, I could have made $300 today. And oh man, if I did that every single day this week, 5 days a week, I would have made $1,500 this week. Oh, if I did that every day this month, I would have made $6,000. Oh, if I did that every day this year, or every week this year and every month this year, if I created a schedule for myself, well, I would have been at like $72,000 this year, which would have been pretty good because I'm not making any money right now. Instead, I'm just kind of running back and forth between brick walls, wondering why I make money, why I lose money. Hold your assets in cash and not in pairings. Okay, let's take a break for a second. Subscribe to the channel and leave me a comment letting me know what your top mistake is. I would love to make a second part to this video with all of the community data compiled, seeing what people share as kind of this top mistake they make, or something they see as a trouble area, or maybe just a point where they could improve. This would be a great follow-up to this video. So again, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know where you're struggling, and I'll use that data to make a second video. Okay, I'm recording this video and I'm realizing the top 3 mistakes, while they may be the biggest mistakes and the biggest areas of impact that affect day traders and how they trade, there's actually 5 things I want to talk about. Now, these first 3 things are without a doubt the largest 3 areas of improvement that I see. Number 4 and 5 are interesting because number 4 and 5 kind of act as a subsidiary to number 1, 2, and 3, almost like a boost to the top 3. So if you were to implement all these first 3 fixes into your trading game, you might see a 70% increase. But with number 4 and 5, you'll see that bumped up to 80, 90, or even 100% increase over your current trading. Okay, going right into number 3. Not having a set schedule. This is a criminal offense. This is the one that I see everybody struggles with. So as day traders, we're our own boss, we make our own schedule, all that good stuff that we've talked about in the past. With cryptocurrencies and with these new markets emerging, we've got 24/7 trading. So while this sounds alluring, it definitely is. But the problem is not having a set schedule is probably one of the reasons by itself why people fail as day traders. So I often find people justifying their schedules. Well, it's open all day. The markets are open 24/7, so I could just trade tonight. This is completely the wrong way to think about it. You have to have a set schedule if you're going to be a day trader as a career. You have to have your anywhere from 4 to 6, 7, 8 hours that you trade. It doesn't all have to be solid. It doesn't all have to be back-to-back 8 hours. You could do 3 hours in the morning, take a break, 3 hours in the afternoon. I actually strongly advise doing that for reasons of life and balance. Something I talk about in my Mental Analysis Evolved series. Not having a set schedule is, again, like I can't say this enough. I'm going to say it a third time. It's like a criminal offense. If you don't have a set schedule, you're not taking it seriously. If you think that you can just jump in at midnight, make a few trades, life's easy, play video games till 2 a.m, wake up at noon, while this may work from time to time, it's not conducive to long-term success. You have to say, I'm waking up at X and I'm trading till X. When that's done, I have my recovery routines. I have my different balancing routines. Again, Mental Analysis Evolved, completely different off the topic for this video. And then I have trading from these hours. When you make a schedule, you'll notice your profits and results increase like that. So please, for the love of God, have a set schedule. Okay, we're on to the 2 bonus topics. Number 4, not cutting your losses soon enough. While this is very important, it didn't quite make the top 3 because there's not enough to talk about, as it's very self-explanatory. This is more of a technical analysis question than discipline or mind training, right? Not cutting your losses is simply being in a trade and being too stubborn to get out. This happens to everybody that I know, including myself. Sometimes I even get into trades and I'm like, well, I've already lost 5%, can't go down any further. Guess what? It can. This is something you have to swallow and accept. And this goes back into technical analysis. And the reason, again, it didn't make the top 3 is because there's not quite anything to really talk about there. This is more of a training thing. So I can't really cover a solution in this. But I need you to keep it in your mind that in a list of 20 or so topics, this just got edged out as number 4. Not cutting your losses is crucial to being successful in this field. So just keep it in your mind, cut your losses. And on to number 5, the final in my top 3 list, which was extended to a bonus 5, buying way too soon. So unlike number 4, where there's not too much to talk about because it's more of a technical analysis question, although this is technically driven, buying way too soon is a practice that everybody has to employ. So this is definitely in my top 5 as the biggest ways to increase yourself as a day trader. If you are day trading and you're using your technicals and doing everything right, you could be making a very simple mistake, which is just buying way too soon. I call this patience. Well, everybody calls this patience. That's because that's what it is. It's patience. It's not, I call it patience. I hope you guys call it patience too. Buying way too soon is something that I think every trader suffers from at one point or another. So this is kind of like a case-by-case basis. Every time you're looking at making a trade, you should be thinking, okay, is this too soon or is this too late? You should have many different trades set up. And what I mean by that is you should have maybe 10 or 20 charts you're working on. Out of those 10 or 20 charts, you're picking your spots of entry very selectively. So say you're looking at Tesla and you're looking at Bitcoin and you're looking at USD to Canadian dollar or yen to USD. You're looking at Starbucks, you're looking at Facebook. You should have 10 or 20 charts that you're actively trading, but not necessarily in a position on. You're doing your technical analysis on those 20 charts and you're waiting for the right time to strike. The beautiful thing about day trading is that we don't have a fee we pay for sitting on the sidelines. If you're playing poker, you have a blind you pay. So it induces people and it forces them to get into hands. Otherwise, they're slowly going to lose all their money. As day traders, we can sit on the sidelines and wait for the perfect opportunities. We don't have a cost to watch. So you should be like a perfect assassin watching 20 different charts, maybe even 30, maybe even 40. As you get better, you can 50, 60, 70, I don't know, whatever you want to do. You can have all of these charts set up. And instead of feeling like you need to be trading, wait for the right moment. Don't buy too soon. Don't buy too late. And out of all of these 50 charts, you're actively marking up every day and working on and monitoring and watching. Maybe you only enter one trade, right? This is the right way to trade. This is the right way to do things. I'm not saying enter only one trade. I'm saying methodically choose your positions wisely. Wait till there's a reason. Wait till there's a trend break. Wait till there's the perfect level gets hit. There's dozens of reasons where the right spot makes sense in that moment. Unfortunately, not part of today's video. But the lesson here is do not buy too soon. That wraps it up for my top 3 list, which turned into a top 5 list, which I also must say was a pretty darn good list. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me comments. I'd love to make a part 2 of this video based on what you guys tell me. So, all right, see you on the next one.